Hello and welcome to A Very Explosion of a Christmas, our podcast dedicated to the merriest of holidays, the festive season with films about Santa, snow, or being left home alone. Time of year we struggle to decide what Christmas content to watch, which is where we come in. I'm your host, Ashton Holt, and helping me grow my heart 3 sides Christmas cheer is Dylan Blight. Sure. On this episode, we will be talking about the first original of the year, Jingle Bell Heist, a new Netflix film. Exciting to see what offerings they've got for us this year. So let's just dive into it. Please be aware we'll be freely discussing anything and everything about plot themes in any of the movie. So if you haven't watched it, come back later. Let's talk about Jingle Bell Heist.
Okay, so we're doing this.
Then we'll be off to better lives.
So how's your day been so far?
Work 2 shifts.
Cleaned vomit out of Santa's workshop.
Get this cleaned up.
Twice.
Sterling hired me to upgrade the security system, and he didn't pay me.
Might put on a nice face for the public, but the man's a... It would feel good to stick it to him.
You have no idea. Sterling has about 500,000 pounds in his office.
I can get us into the store and avoid the security guards.
How are we going to break into Sterling's penthouse?
His wife has been known to bring home a young man on occasion. You just gotta get an invite up to the penthouse, get the fob, and then leave.
I'm gonna need a tux.
There. Showtime. Ask her something. Be charming.
You a big fan of these parties? Oh yes, the martini.
That's your best game?
Directed by Michael Fimognari, starring Olivia, Holt, Connor Swindells, Lucy Punch, and Peter Serafinowicz. Sophia, a sharp-witted retail worker, and Nick, a down-on-his-luck repairman, are small-time thieves with their eyes on the same Christmas Eve score, robbing London's most notorious department store. Forced into an uneasy alliance as secrets surface and feelings for each other deepen, Nick and Sophia put their relationship and their heist in jeopardy. Dylan, is Jingle Bell Heist a Christmas present, stocking stuffer, or a lump of coal?
I'm going to say present because I was surprised with how much I enjoyed a straight to Netflix Christmas movie. Because, no offense, but I expected it to be bad. Just because I know the Christmas movies are known as, I guess, sort of, they're usually B grade at best sort of movies that get shot out every year. We watch them, it's fine. But, but then Netflix, with the way they write at the moment, or the originals are, and talk about it a bit, I was expecting it to be worse than this was. So I was surprised.
Okay.
I think that, sorry, I was trying to, was it Connor Swindells? And Olivia Holt have really good chemistry together. I think there's some really funny moments. I do think it's sort of the last act isn't as strong as the rest of the movie, and that's sort of what holds it back from being potentially something really good, and not just like, yeah, this was fun, sort of, and you forget about it a year from now, sort of thing. But it's sort of, it is. I saw someone, I don't know if it was I saw someone maybe, I think I was looking on IMDb to see who directed it after I watched it. And I think maybe one of the user reviews, I think someone gave it like a 6 or something and said something along the lines of, or maybe it was a proper review, I don't know. But they said something along the lines of, it's better than most Christmas movies, but then because it's sort of more frustrating that you can see all the signs of it being so much better. So like something like, which I would agree with. I think like the point, like it's nearly there, but not quite, which is sort of more frustrating than if it had just been worse, But yeah, no, I had fun. I had a good time with this one.
Yeah, I would say stocking stuffer, where really it sounds like you're thinking it is, but you're giving it present because it's so shocking that it was in Netflix.
I feel like if we rewatched it like a couple years from now, it would be a stuffer, but I'm giving it present solely because it did feel like a present, at least in this year's iteration of the.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it was a fun time. I had a really good time. I think the leads have a good chemistry. I think Lucy Punch is very funny in her segments. I think you're right. The third act kind of falls apart, and there is an element of a hat on a hat in that third act. They kind of there's a reveal that didn't really need to be part of the film. That just feels like here's an extra reason.
The safe thing,
you know. Also, the film desperately doesn't want them to be bad guys as well. You know, it goes out of its way to give them the most sympathetic possible stories behind stealing from a pretty terrible.
You can
people.
like thieves, even if they were just like thieves.
But it's like we want to make sure there's no distinction. These are the good guys.
Yeah, it's like when I read about people stealing meat from Coles and Woolworths. I'm like, not necessarily bad people. You know, cost of living
was going to
crisis.
go off. You don't know.
Maybe, like they make enough
Coles
money. I don't care.
Doesn't sell enough meat, or sells too much meat, or gets too much meat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Also, I don't know if it was like it for you, but all the segments inside the actual retail store and dealing with customers was triggering.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like, wow, that's incredibly realistic.
Yep.
The dealing with customers and this lady coming in wanting to return something because she didn't know what it was when she bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit like that, Yep,
and that happens.
It's just too real, So hit close to home those moments and that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's run through the plot of the movie with our number one movie resource, Wikipedia. Sophie Arbus works 2 jobs to support herself and her sick mother who is undergoing a cancer treatment. She's also a pickpocket and steals cash from time to time. While working her job at a department store, Sterling's, Sophie steals a diamond-encrusted dog collar from a rude customer. She drops it off in the door's vaulted security section for high-end products. There, Sophie steals some petty cash and eyes the other expensive jewelry being kept there. Okay.
The thing I enjoyed about this sequence was the bait and switch of him being the actual security guard watching her. I thought that was done well. Connor Swindells' character watching, and then you assume he's sort of a security guard, maybe.
Yeah, it's very good. It's kind of creepy. He's watching her very closely. You think he's someone who works there, but it ends up not being that.
Until the cutaway and he's just in the phone store or whatever, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I thought really well put together. Obviously, get to like her right from the start when she takes this money from this dude complaining about the buskers on the street, and that kind of stuff. So
they're like, let us finish our. You couldn't have waited till we finished our song.
So
that dude's having his own Scrooge moment. That night, I'm telling you.
Here wants to hear this music.
Yeah, he was visited by 3 ghosts that night.
Yeah. What if the 3 ghosts just appear for every bad person?
Yeah. Well, explain why
Christmas would be saved. Well, we play it better if the 3 ghosts appeared every year. What's this? Anyway, a man named Nick O'Connor watches Sophie do this on the Sterling Security videos feed. He installed the security cameras himself and still has access to the video. But he was fired and pleaded guilty to stealing from the store. Having spent 2 years in prison, he is now struggling to find a place of his own to live and maintain a relationship with his young daughter and ex-wife. Nick pays Sophie a visit at work. Using the footage of her stealing cash, he blackmails her into helping him rob the Sterling security locker. Sophie says no at first, but after a doctor informs her that her mom needs an expensive treatment to get better, she agrees. I thought it was interesting, they, obviously Olivia Holt, American. And let's come up with a way that she can be American, but also in this London movie and not have to do an English accent.
I mean, I always find it interesting, whenever there's a British movie and there's American just playing an American, they always have to, there's always some line or something about it, whatever. But you can never just be like, oh, maybe they moved here when they was 10. It could never just be, it has to be some bigger background than just, they moved here.
No. But I did appreciate that they're we came here to take advantage of your free healthcare. Because America is a shit show. But it's still going to suck anyway.
You do get free healthcare, but
only the bare minimum.
Yeah. They're we don't want to say UK's too good.
Yeah, we don't
But
want
it's
all the
better-
Americans coming
But
over
it's
here.
better than America.
We want those dirty Americans coming over
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
like taking our jobs. We're gonna Brexit from the US. Yeah, I really enjoyed Connor Swindells' costuming in this film.
My favorite part was when they do the bit with the gift thing in a minute or whatever. That was my favorite costuming.
He just seems to have a series of ridiculous hats and coats in this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm here for it. But yeah, giving her the USB drive of the video, and then just cut fading to the address that he wants her to show up at. Good times, clever work. The two carry out a plan to rob the security locker, but when they get there, they find the jewelry has already been stolen by someone else.
Dun dun dun.
I thought that was a pretty good misdirect, because I'm like, watching this, like, fuck, they're getting through this real fast. Well, the rest of the movie's going to be about.
What's the actual plot for this thing? Yeah.
It's like the next day at work, Sophie overhears a co-worker say that Sterling keeps $500,000 in cash in his personal safe in his office. He proposes to Nick that they try to steal that instead. So after some recon work, they hatch a plan. Kind of skipping over the bit where she outs Nick to his baby mama about, attempting to steal a bunch of money, accusing him of not cutting into the deal. And also outing him in front of his roommate who, very disappointed to not be included, but is totally devoted to Fortnite.
Yeah. Very devoted to Fortnite.
I don't think he's worried about getting those V-Bucks.
There was a lot of Fortnite marketing in this, surprisingly. Where'd that come from? Who's partnership with who's in this for that?
Yeah, we checked through the credits as an Epic Games, thanks.
Is there?
Epic. I know. I don't know. I haven't looked.
I was like, what the fuck special effects did they help with? None.
I don't know if there wasn't really any special effects in this.
No, that's what I was like. Wonder where the.
I know they just really like Fortnite.
Yeah.
So after some recon work, they had to plan. Sophie figures out what kind of safe Sterling has, and Nick knows how to crack it. Tells Nick she knows how to crack it.
I do love on the her being able to do all this stuff. The biggest MacGuffin of her being able to crack and open or so many things is just simply explained by my grandfather was a magician.
Listen, now you see me, now you don't is like one of the biggest movies of the year.
Yeah.
All about their mad magician thieves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just big genre.
Mm.
You know who else was a magician this year? Tom Cruise.
Oh. It's all about timing.
The close-up magic, magicians are 2026, 2025 year of magicians.
Yep.
But she tells Nick she knows how to crack the safe, but they need to obtain a key fob that generates a new code for the safe every 60 seconds, which Sterling keeps in his bedroom. After a failed attempt to hack into the store's servers, Nick admits to Sophie he never stole from Sterling's. What a surprise. He was framed. The owner himself, Maxwell Sterling, did it to collect the insurance money. Sterling framed Nick, who, faced with the possibility of a much longer sentence, took a plea deal, despite the fact that he was innocent.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, a real issue in the justice system,
Yeah. This movie is onto some hot topics,
Yeah, just hitting all the hot topics. Fortnite, magicians.
Yeah, Fortnite. Yeah, magicians. Yeah.
Fortnite, magicians, incorrect imprisonment.
Yeah, definitely in that order too, I think.
That's the order of priority.
Yeah.
In this film. Sophie in turn confesses that to him that her own father disowned her as a child. Can't see that don't expect that to be foreshadowing anything. Meanwhile, also his baby mum is like, we're leaving London at the end of the year. So either you get a flat real quick or you're never seeing your daughter again.
We also found out earlier that he's like, yeah, I told her the truth of what happened, and she was like, nah, that billionaire definitely wouldn't do anything. That billionaire wouldn't do anything wrong. Again, I think playing to a, Donald Trump Donald Trump was on Jeffrey Epstein's island and he fucking did it. He wouldn't. He's a great man. Okay. He's trying to fuck you over with the taxes and stuff. He's only in it for the riches. He wouldn't do that to us. He wouldn't.
Also, should be pointed out, at no point is he asked to pay back the millions of dollars that he apparently stole. So, where's the money?
Yeah. See, now we're breaking.
Where's the money trail?
Yeah,
you can't find an apartment because he's got no money.
Yeah,
and yet apparently he stole millions.
What fucking sign? Also, that annoyed me. Or is that a British? I was like, is this a British thing, or are they just doing it for the plot? Like, if you have a poster up advertising a place, like in Australia, if you look at a listing for a rental or something, it says like accepting offers over. Like it has a. So, you know, you're not going to get, because if you have no price, you're just going to get a million calls by people going, what's the price?
Yeah,
what's the price? What's the price? Like, would you just put the minimum? Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think what that happens is if it's really expensive, then they don't put the price on.
Yeah, okay. See, I've never looked at something really that costs that much. Yeah,
like if you need to ask how much it is, you can't afford it.
Yeah, that's a fair rule. That's a fair rule.
You know. I'll also shout out. What is the name of the toy in this movie?
I don't know. Something weird. It was something weird.
It was a very funny name.
Yeah, it was. Just it was funny enough to hear them yell. You're telling me this is the last Mr. Squiggles you have left, or whatever.
Yeah, delightful. And people do act like that in retail places.
That was like a Jingle All the Way situation. Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's later in the episode, later in the film, there's like a gazillion of them, all still stacked up on Christmas Eve. The two hatch a plan to get the key fob with the code to Sterling's safe. Nick will seduce Sterling's wife Cynthia at the holiday party and get her to take him home. This seems to work until Cynthia reveals she knows exactly what Nick and Sophie are up to. Sophia. Rather than turn them over to her husband. She says she wants in. She hands over the fob and the code on the condition that she will get half the money.
I did feel like this whole sequence with her was very long, and I don't think it was as funny as it thought it was with the earpiece shenanigans.
No, it was more awkward than anything else, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, mate. Catch on quicker. Can't you see? But I appreciate that she wasn't a dumb character and quickly realized who he was and like what.
It probably didn't help that she could literally just hear.
Yeah, I mean, that helped.
Her and it, yeah.
Of course, we have the scene between her and Sophia and Sterling as well. You know, them talking to each other and him hitting on her effectively. Oh, got that one person who'd, you know, or whatever rubbish she's trying to spout. Yeah, family man. Also, his seduction technique is terrible. You know, some of the worst. Game.
Martini. I too enjoy shaken, not stirred. Come here often.
But yeah, I thought that was a solid twist that you would want in on the crime. All right.
No, I mean, let's be real. The second she shows up and they're walking on opposite ends of the stairs and stuff like that, I was like, well, sort of see this coming back to her. Yeah.
Nick and Sophia break into Sterling's office after hours on Christmas Eve. They use the code from the key fob to open the safe, but behind the first safe door is a second safe door with no lock. A computer demands a DNA sample from Sterling. Nick thinks all is lost, but Sophie steps up and offers to put her finger to be pricked for a DNA sample. The safe unlocks. What? Sophie is actually Sterling's illegitimate daughter. She explains that her mom also used to work at the store until she was fired after Sterling got her pregnant. It was he who told Sophie she was not his daughter and cut her and her mother off. This feels like an unnecessary,
yes, I agree. Hat. Yes, I agree.
It's like they could have just broken in.
Just break in and move on. Yeah.
You know, you didn't need to have like a personal tie between them. You know? Yeah. He can just be a shitty person.
She already had a reason. Like she wants the money for her mum. She didn't need an extra
reason. More motivation.
He had the motivation personally. He had the personal motivation, and she had the I just want the money for my mum. So now you've given her two.
In hindsight, what it does is it makes it even weirder that she would go and work there.
Yeah, I mean, unless her plan the whole time was to slowly
screw them over in some sort of way.
Yeah, that's why she was constantly stealing things or something. Because like,
Side note, like the manager lady that she has to deal with, not good. You know,
which one?
who's constantly telling her to hurry up and, you know.
Oh,
The
yeah. Can
brunette
you
lady.
clean up the vomit on last?
Yes.
I'll do that one. Yeah.
No, that's not part of my job description.
Yeah. Typical manager.
All of them are pieces of shit, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Aren't you a manager?
Yeah, I hate myself. Soul-sucking job.
Nick and Sophie successfully break into the vault, but thanks to an ill-timed sneeze, they're caught by the security guard. They are caught by this store security guard.
They never came back to this bit because it's like they went off about, he's like, no, we should have gone with the fruit basket. She's like, no, the whole point was I was allergic. At no point in this does he ever say, I too would have sneezed because I'm allergic. It's just
No,
like
I think the gag is she was meant to sneeze, and then because the pressure or whatever, he just sneezes.
He just does it.
Instead, which is funny. You got all this tension about her potentially sneezing, and then he just ends up
I would have
sneezing randomly.
I would have just sat there longer and just been like, I wonder if they'll even look it, or they, you know, I feel like they could have sat there longer.
Maybe it's difficult in those situations because you know you just don't know what they're doing because they're out of sight. There's nowhere to see. Sophie offers to take the fall for Nick so she can be there for his daughter. So he can be there for his daughter. She pleads with the security guard, her friend, to let her go because Sterling is the real thief. The guard agrees. Meanwhile, Sterling rushes into the store with police to his safe. When Sterling opens the safe, with the police watching, he finds that nothing has been taken. But then recently stolen jewelry from the locker was there. Turns out when Cynthia told Sophie and Nick she wanted in, she had more than just jewels in mind. She wanted to get her husband incarcerated to take over the entire company. Cynthia had promised to take care of Sophie and Nick if they had helped. She told Sophie and Nick where Sterling was hiding the hidden goods before the insurance claim comes through. So Sophie and Nick first broke into that locker, took the stolen merchandise, and planted it in Sterling's safe. This is in vengeance for Sterling for framing Nick and the new security guard. I thought that was a solid twist and a real, you know, kind of bring it all full circle and making him more the actual villain, I guess. Technically, they didn't steal anything. They kind of did the opposite of steal stuff.
They at most would have got...
They would just move stuff.
Yeah, break-in and entry would have been the most,
crime. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, and then we get that long shot of her looking at Peter Serafinowicz or Sterling and giving him the finger, and he just has no idea who she is. Even though at that moment she has incredible flashbacks to her childhood and you know, all that kind of stuff. Also, we skipped over a really sweet scene, which is him coming with her to go see her mom while she's in hospital.
The lights,
like decorating the tree and all that kind of stuff. That was very sweet, you know. This old lady who's dealing with a crippling disease, you know. I thought that was very nice.
That was nice, yeah. Terrible looking tree. It was too much on it, but that's fine.
No, this is, you know, the tinsel to tree ratio was way off.
Yeah, it was way off. It was fucking ridiculous. But
the police arrest Sterling and Cynthia takes over the company. True to her world, she pays Sophie and Nick. It covers Sophie's mother's treatment and for Nick to be able to get his own apartment wherever his daughter ends up. Sophie's mother, Sophie's friend from the bar, Nick's daughter, and Nick's roommate all gather for a Christmas dinner. Also, Sophie and Nick to get together. Shocking.
Oh. That's the typical Christmas movie ending thing that you've seen in so many, where just like it cuts to the scene like a year later where they're just all entering the house together on Christmas Day or whatever, and
yeah, and then you got elongated Christmas dinner sequence.
Yeah,
over the credits.
Disgusting. I don't want to see this many people happy. You know what I mean? What?
Also, her friend at the bar has a family. Because he said,
yeah, what the hell are you doing? Yeah,
you should just skip it down to her family.
She could be European or something, you know.
I guess. Just doesn't want to be around the kids at Christmas. You know?
No, they celebrate, you know, different. No, some European countries they celebrate Christmas differently.
Christmas Eve,
you know, like Finnish and shit. They do it on like those sort of places. Christmas Eve, yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about from Jingle Bell Heist?
No, I covered it. I'll say that what's his face who plays the manager, Sterling dude or whatever. I'm aware that he's in other things, but he's just I can't picture him ever playing a good guy. Like I don't, any role I remember him from, he's always a bad guy.
It's always kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
Like
from
one
Shaun
of the
of the
Guardians in Guardians of the Galaxy, he plays one of the.
He was, yeah. I was just picturing from Shaun of the Dead though,
Oh, okay.
because he's the housemate.
He's the
Sean,
jealous
get a
housemate.
job. Yeah,
jealous housemate.
fix your life up, mate. That one.
Yeah. What? No, I don't want to bang your girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right. Let us know what you thought of Jingle Bell Heist. By letting us know on social media by going to explosionnetwork.com.
Oh, sorry.
Follow.
I just remembered something I want us to note. Did you think it was somewhat interesting that this movie, which is set at Christmas, but could be set at any time because it's just about them robbing the store, that they then have an argument between, or little conversation between those two security guards about what Christmas movies are Christmas movies and how I can't remember.
Batman Returns.
Batman
Returns
Christmas movie. You know, like they're doing the classic Christmas movie argument thing. Surprised they didn't do Die Hard. I guess it's just because that's
It's too common.
Too common or whatever. But then as they're doing it and listening to it, I'm going, well, I feel like this movie fits into the same category.
Yeah, I think it's slightly meta. You know,
yeah.
I mean, it kind of takes place during Christmas time, but it's not.
It's not a Christmas.
It's a Christmas movie, but also it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Like you could set this at Easter.
Yeah, I mean, but you could set Die Hard at any time of year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But the thing is, it's at Christmas, which makes it
a Christmas movie.
A Christmas movie.
And thus, this movie is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. It was,
it's kind of
meta conversation. Yeah.
If you want to help us out here at a Very Explosion Network Christmas, leave us 5 stars, and leave 5 stars, or just tell people about the show. And if you've enjoyed this, if you want to help us out at Explosion Network with all our podcasts and other content and website stuff, head on over to explosionnetwork.com/supports. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, remember, stealing isn't always bad.
Robin Hood, you know?